Hi, today we're going to talk about building a budget, one of my favorite topics through revenue forecasting. So, what we're trying to do is get a historical picture of our past operating expenses to help build cash reserves and formulate a budget going forward and accurately projecting our revenue. So, this would be great. Like if you're an agent that you're just a one person business or you have a couple of people that work for you, and if you want to grow, this is very important aspect of growth is building cash reserves. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our three best months from the last 12 months. And just an aside, before we get into this, if you're at the point where I don't even know if I could fill this out, that's okay. You want to get to the point where you have the numbers, right? So if I want to go, I'm going to fill in the best revenue months from the last 12 months. These are a few just made up numbers here, but this will give you my low range budget goal. Okay, what we call low target, which is the average of the best 3 months annualized. So your mid target, that'll be your best month annualized. Now, if you're in the insurance space and you do Medicare, you might see that you may have a month that's way higher than all the others because of the cyclical nature of the business and how you get paid. Now, that's okay. Just realize you're going to be between the low and most likely be between the low and mid target if that's the case. Okay, so then we'll put down like our growth percentage goal for the budget. And again, that's what you want to make it. Here I just illustrate 20%. So I'm going to break down my monthly OPEX into these categories here: payroll, general admin, sales, marketing, facilities, and then just miscellaneous, right? So if this made up the last month of 2,500 bucks, I do want to go back 6 months as well, just to see historically kind of what's going on there. And then that I'll get an average monthly expense number, right? And then this will give me my cash reserve targets, which is again just the average multiplied by the number of months here. And so, typically a healthy business, you want to have 6 months in reserves. Okay. If there was no revenue coming in to kind of pay those known expenses. Okay. Then here, this minimum revenue target at the bottom. Now I use this. So if anybody's ever read the book Profit First, Mike McAllowitz, that's a great starting point. So you formulate a percentage of what you want your OPEX to make up of your overall top line. So if I say, okay, my OPEX makes up 20%, or I don't want it to go above 20% of the top line, this would be my minimum monthly revenue target, right? Which the OPEX came to about 20% of this number. So then I take this minimum monthly target and then I'm going to put my growth goal on top of that number because again in the insurance space like you have some months that are really spiked because of that cyclical nature. So I'm going to add 20% to this minimum monthly revenue target and that number would then become our goal. So that would be like let's just say 15,000. So 15,000 would be our monthly revenue goal. And then I can budget off of that going forward next 6 months, 6 to 12 months. Or if I'm planning a marketing plan, because people always say, well, what's the budget? What's the budget? Well, this is a way you can figure out the budget. Because a lot of times people just throw out some ambiguous number, but this kind of gives you a way to plan for that by just doing this simple math, right? And we take this, we can export this as a CSV or a PDF to give you kind of a written plan in place. So I hope this was kind of helpful, shed some light on how you can establish effective cash reserves, the math behind it. If you like this type of content, you can hit the bell, the subscribe button, and keep in touch with us in the future. Thank you.